Thank you, brother.
I got something to say. I got something to say. I got something to say. It was an unusually warm winter day on January 11th, 1992. I was a senior at an HBCU, Central State University in Wilberforce, Ohio. My younger brother, Lamont, he was 17. He was a senior at Thornton High School in Harvey. At 12 noon, Lamont was at the mall doing what teenagers do. His friends, back on the block, on 136 and Low Street in Riverdale, saw two guys walking up and down the street. So Lamont's friends said, yo, they kept minding their own business. Lamont came home later on that evening, eats dinner with my mother. Yes, they ate chicken. He met up with his friends, about 10, watching movies, videos, music, playing video games. So his friends had to go check back in because they were going to be out a little later. Lamont and his friend Kim didn't have to check in because Lamont had already left my mom. So as Lamont and Kim on our block, 6 doors down from my house, waiting by a tree for his friends to come back, the two guys comes back on the block in the car. Jonathan Junkins and Eric Taylor. Jonathan pulls the car in front of Kim and Lamont. Eric gets out of the car and approached Kim. Kim thought Eric was going to ask for directions, so she stepped back. Eric approached her again. He pulled out the sawed-off 12-gauge shotgun. Lamont stepped in, told her to step back, and said, what's going on? From that point, Eric turned his attention from Kim to Lamont, forcing Lamont in the car with 12-gauge to his back. Now, during the 3-mile ride, they made Lamont strip of all of his clothing, even his underwear. They took him to 142nd and Lincoln Street in Dixmoor. Jonathan parked the car in a vacant lot. Eric made Lamont get out of the car. Eric placed Lamont on his knees. His face. The right side of his head had a hole in it the size of a grapefruit. His face. The ear on the right side of his head was barely attached. His eyes were still open. They had bulged out of his head, and his head became disfigured from the gunshot blasts. His face, blood had ran from his nose to his mouth, while blood on the moor table sat and puddled from the head wound. His face. Lamont didn't even look like him. Lamont didn't even look like him. Lamont didn't even look like him. Only if you could see his face. His face. His face. His face. His face. Now, that was my younger brother, 17, 2 hours after he was shot and had execution style with a 12-gauge shotgun. Now, before this happened, I didn't think to become who I am today. I graduated from college on June 14th, 1992. My younger brother graduated posthumously. The authority still gave him his degree on June 7th. Now, I'm finding this space. My family was in court for 3 years and dealing with the trial of Lamont. And dealing with the trial, during the month of January 92, Eric and Jonathan killed 2 people, Lamont being the first person. The third person they attempted to kill survived the gunshot wound. Now, Eric and Jonathan was convicted of killing Lamont. And after they were convicted, I still was not at peace. Now, one of the very few times I went to my brother's gravesite is after they were convicted. So I went there because I physically wanted to be next to him. So I asked him, what am I to do with this? What am I to do with this? Because I didn't want to continue to live with the pain and the hurt. So my spirit said, forgive. So at my brother's gravesite, I said a prayer, and I forgiven Eric and Jonathan. My spirit said, right. So this is what I did. I wrote, Eric, what's up, bruh? I am Kweisi. I am writing you this letter because I would like to meet and forgive you for the murder of my younger brother, James Lamont Ford. I would like to meet and forgive you for the brother of my... I would like to meet and forgive you for the murder of my younger brother, James Lamont Ford. During our meeting, if you choose, you don't have to say anything. I would just like this opportunity to express my family pain and personal pain and hurt, and in turn make peace with you. I pray that you and your family are doing well under your conditions. I also pray and hope you accept my invitation. I want to do this for myself so I can end the chapter on Lamont's death and move on progressively with my life. Also for my continued personal healing and to let you know it's okay, that I understand your pain, and struggle as a black man in America. Please give us the opportunity to meet, and perhaps we may be able to develop a relationship where I can help you during your tumultuous times. Sincerely, Kweisi. P.S. If you accept my invitation, feel free to call me Collect that. Now at the time, I was living with my mother. Jonathan called Collect. He didn't give me permission to meet him. Eric called. Who do you think answered the phone? My mother. So at that particular time, that wasn't a pleasant moment with my mother and myself. Because she said, how are you gonna have this man call us and he was the one who shot and killed your brother? But I was like, Mom, you taught me to be this way growing up as a kid. The first thing you're taught at Bible class, the principle of forgiveness. So now that I'm about to share this with him, because I don't want to continue to live with this pain and hurt, I want to traverse through this. He gave me permission to meet him. I met Eric several times after our initial meeting. But I'll be honest, in dealing with my brother's death, I went through this period of hate, anger, resentment. I hated black people because of all the pain and hurt that was caused to me and my family was caused by other black people. I hated black men because those two men had killed my brother. I hated my mom for teaching us to be goody two-shoes because I thought if my mom that teach us to be this way, Lamont wouldn't sacrifice his life to save his friend and I would still have a younger brother. I hated black women because my brother died for a black woman. He was protecting his friend from them kidnapping, raping, and perhaps killing her. And the person I hated the most was myself. As the older brother, younger brother, we shared rooms. If he didn't clean up, I would beat him up. Like, "Wow, come on, clean your room up." So, but I thought at the time, I made him passive that when Eric approached him with the gun, he should have stayed there, fought, or just resisted, instead of being passive and went. So I turned to drugs, alcohol, physical relationship with women, and I had these thoughts. Sometimes I feel like I'm one shot away. One shot away from the beginning of a new day. A day that will last forever, and I would never have to worry about being one shot away because my younger brother Lamont was one shot away from being right here today. But I know if I take this one shot, I will be away lasting. You will be passing me by like Kweisi. Kweisi, you had so many skills and you was using them to help build in the community where there's no unity amongst my people. But I ain't trying to make this no secondhand sequel because I know I'm just one shot away. And I know I make all my shots. I always get what I got. And I know you miss 100% of the shots you never take, but this one for sure, I will the will to make. Because I know if I take this one shot away from me, this will be my last shot away from me. But my will does will to see the will. My will does will to see the will that I will to be. And though at times, y'all, yes, holy ground, I get disconcerted and weakened. Being of this physical being makes me weaken. But I ain't gonna stop seeking. So God, please stop me. Because you understand the power of the mind, and mind can have me lying at the end. But I ain't trying to end this. So I'm gonna have to miss this. Because I'm gonna be in your life like the sun. So close yet so far away. Because I know if I take this one shot away, I take my one shot away. Because I know I'm just one shot away.
Amen.
So I'm gonna close y'all with this piece, because you'll decide about who I am. Yes, I became a poet because of my younger brother lost his life.
Amen.
And I wasn't seeking to become this. I thought poetry was for intellectuals and real smart people and real bland. I was always afraid to talk in front of a group of people, but the very thing that I was afraid of has made me who I am today.
Amen.
I became a renowned poet in the city of Chicago. Yes, I am Kweisi Gharreau, the poet that used to be on WGCI radio back in the mid-90s. Yes, I am Kweisi Gharreau, who did the Bulls song when they won in 1997. I went to study abroad in Oxford, England at a master's program at Oxford Brookes University. I moved to Hollywood 16 years ago to turn my poetry book into a feature film, which I'm still currently working on. I went to Hollywood for the dream, but my dream is here in Chicago. On January 6th, I received an email from the Department of Cultural Sales and Special Events that the mayor's office has opened up and created this position called Chicago's Poet Laureate. Now, mind you, I've been pitching myself to the city of Chicago and to the mayor's office since Mayor Daley was in office in 1997 to create this position. So for 3 decades, I've been seeking to serve Chicago as Chicago's Poet Laureate. So I've been back here for 2 weeks since since Friday the 13th to come to be appointed, and I'm claiming it, to come to be appointed Chicago's inaugural Poet Laureate on April 29th when hopefully the current mayor, Mayor Lightfoot, retains her position, but if she doesn't, the position will be appointed to myself. So I've been in this space for 31 years in the community, grassroots, so I ain't new to this, I'm true to this. So don't think I'm just showing up but I know right now I still gotta market myself. You know, and I'm grateful to Tanya and Alan for sharing the platform with me to share with you, but I've been doing this for 31 years, so don't just think I'm here popping up to show up.
Come on.
You'll see me again, but right now I gotta be on this, BMW, Boots Made for Walking, to get my word and message out there, because I am seeking this position. You're gonna see 10,000 flyers on the streets too over the next 2 months. So I'm gonna close y'all with this piece, Kendrick Lamar. I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. My name is Kweisi Gharreau. I am a sinner. Yes, I am a sinner. So God, I'm not gonna ask you for your forgiveness, because to ask you for your forgiveness means I'm assuring you I will not sin again. I will sin again. I will sin again, not because I don't have the mental fortitude or the capacity or the spiritual discipline not to sin again, but it is my physical being. It is my physical being that I struggle with not to sin again. And it begins from the moment that I wake from my sleep in the night, metaphorically speaking. Dark and light cannot exist in the same room, but here I exist in the same room.
Come on.
Putting in work to live a life free of hypocrisy, putting in work to live a life free of hypocrisy, but all I see is hypocrisy from the outhouse to the White House, from the bullpit to the pulpit, from sports to family courts, even the night of a full moon, even the night of a full moon, even the night of a full moon has a dark side. I have a dark side. I put my better hole through my dark side. I've been on my dark side for 16 years, 29 days, 12 hours and 43 minutes, but like Malcolm X, I don't wear a watch for time, because I don't watch time, but I'm always on time. But I'm always on time, and the time has come for me to leave Hollywood's veil of lights, camera, action, because for 16 years, 1 month, 29 days, 12 hours and 43 minutes, I deprived you of my literary action. So now I'll give you a sonnet, an oud, a haiku, alliteration, or maybe even some fractions, but nah, math is my weakness, so I'll take the path like Robert Frost. Let's travel. What path do you travel that makes you a sinner? Because I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. Lord, forgive me. So I keep putting in work, that I don't go yay, that I don't go Kanye West, that I don't go yay and speak my mind, but yay, no judgment of mine, cause yay, I'm still evolving, yay, I'm still too evolving from mine. Cause I am a sinner who's probably gonna sin again. So I soul search. I sit in the sun to soak away sin. I sit in the sun to soak away. I sit in the sun to soak away sin. Sun, soul, sin, silhouette. I sit in the sun to soak away sin. Sit in the soul of mine. Silhouette like stars in the universe. I cannot see behind the space of the sun. Slowly setting. Still sound swaying. Saying I want to see the sky as my soul seeks the silence. As my soul seeks the silence of the stillness, like simple Sahara sands going up south slowly. Yes, holy ground, like simple Sahara sands going up south slowly. You must search your unseen self. You must search your unseen self to show yourself your silver side of your smooth spirit, holy ground. Awake, while on this side of the sun, life has me soul searching. So, Lord, I'm not gonna ask you for your forgiveness, because to ask you for your forgiveness means I'm assuring you I will not sin again. I will sin again. My name is Kweisi Gharreau. I am a sinner.
Yeah. Let's go. Thank you, brother.
A standing ovation. That was beautiful. Now I tell you, this is always one of the most vulnerable parts of our program.